Oh, we got another mock draft. I love this sort of stuff. Pro Football Focus releases their newest mock draft. Let's take a look at who they have the New York Jets selecting. Jets! All right, welcome to Jets Talk. My name is Ryan. I'll be your pilot. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before, welcome back. I love having you here. Boys and girls, I have really enjoyed this series, the Mock series. We take a look at a bunch of different mock drafts over the course of this offseason to kind of learn who all these different players are. This is number 3, and we're taking a look at Pro Football Focus's newest mock draft. This was actually brought to my attention by very good friend of the channel, Marcus Metcalf. No relation to DK, unfortunately. We're going to try and trade for him. No, but seriously, Pro Football Focus releases their newest mock draft. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Let's take a look at the players they have the Jets selecting at 4 and 10. Jags taking Evan Neal at number 1. This isn't a shock to me. I think they should protect Trevor Lawrence and their later investment in Travis Etienne, both first-round picks from last year. This makes sense to me. Lions taking Hutchinson. Like I said, keep the Michigan guy in Michigan. Like that a lot. Texans taking Kyle Hamilton. This is now the second mock draft that I've seen this kind of player selected at number 3. I wouldn't think this. Texans are trying to trade out at number 3, apparently, for a team looking to take a quarterback. They don't do it here. They take the generational safety in Hamilton, which means at number 4, the Jets have Kayvon Thibodeau on the board, but Pro Football Focus has us go in a completely different direction. And I don't hate it. So Kayvon Thibodeau winds up falling to number 5 to the Giants. At number 4, the Jets wind up taking Ikem Ekwonu, tackle guard from NC State. He's 6'4", 320 pounds. This guy is a big old boy, and he's got positional versatility. Very big fan. This is actually, it wouldn't shock me if he wound up going number 1 in this draft. Like, him and Neal are 1A, 1B for me. He's number 13 on Pro Football Focus's big board. Oddly enough, why would you have him at number 13 on your big board, but have him go number 4 overall? Little weird, but whatever. 91.6 on Pro Football Focus. He is the 9th best tackle in the country out of 607 tackles graded. His twin brother plays linebacker at Notre Dame. His father played basketball in Nigeria, and his mother was a high school track star. That is some good old DNA he's got brewing through his body, so I like that a lot. He's a scheme fit. He plays in the wide zone scheme. He is a violent blocker. This guy knows how to get to the second level, and he is vicious. Like, if you like AVT at the left guard slot, if you can move Ekwonu over to the right-hand side, oh man, would you have a violent group of guards. Not to mention he can jump out and play tackle, so you get that versatility on the Becton front as well. He knows how to get to the second level of the defense. He is not afraid to finish off blocks. This guy will drive his defender into the ground, like bury him 6 feet deep. Like, this is really friggin' cool. So yeah, really like this pick. It's interesting because this is probably, as weird as this sounds, this is probably the worst case scenario for me, where I would really like to justify taking an offensive lineman at number 4, but if Thibodeau's there at number 4, I don't know how do you not pull the trigger? We need edge rush in the worst way. You don't know what Carl Lawson's going to be. I would have a very hard time taking Ekwonu if Thibodeau's on the board. I think it is the right move because I think you hope Carl Lawson comes back. If Cam Akers shows you anything, the Achilles injury, you can come back from it within a year and look pretty good. Man, God, no Thibodeau. We better be getting edge at another point in this draft because this is going to piss a lot of people off. All right, so from there we go to the Giants. Like I said, they take Kayvon Thibodeau at number 5. Panthers wind up taking Charles Cross, the tackle. Giants come around at pick number 7 and take Tyler Linderbaum. Now, most Jet fans are sitting there thinking, Kayvon Thibodeau, Tyler Linderbaum, those are the 2 guys I want. This is a great draft for the New York Giants. Unfortunately, our pick's just a little bit later. Falcons wind up taking Treylon Burks. This is now the second time I've seen them taking a wide receiver in the top 10. I think a lot of people feel like Calvin Ridley's on the move, and I am really hoping the Jets are in on this. So them taking Treylon Burks at number 8, not crazy. I think it makes sense. I think it fills a need for them, and I hopefully means the Jets wind up getting their wide receiver via trade. First quarterback comes off the board at number 9 to the Broncos in Kenny Pickett. That's something we've seen pretty consistently. And then the Jets come in at number 10, taken Wide receiver Drake London out of USC. This guy is 6'5", 210 pounds. He is the number 12 overall player on Pro Football Focus's big board. He graded out as a 91.3. This guy had 19 contested catches. That was first in the country. 22 forced missed tackles. That was seventh in the country. And he only played in 8 games. He wound up breaking his ankle. So I know a lot of people are going to be upset. You don't want to get an injury-prone player. All that good stuff. I understand it. This guy is special. 6'5", 210. This is an enormous catch radius, and he will plant you in the ground with his stiff arm. This guy is a physical receiver. I'm thinking someone like a Brandon Marshall, maybe not quite as big as Evans down in Tampa Bay, but big-bodied receiver, guy that can catch 50-50 balls, kind of like a Treylon Burks in that respect, where you're hoping he can catch the 50-50 balls, can do a lot of damage from the slot as well. This is weird because Burks and London both can play the slot pretty effectively and create some really big mismatches, so maybe that means you do wind up moving Elijah Moore out wide and you have Corey Davis wide on the other side. I really like this. I think taking a receiver top in this draft, as well as taking a tackle or guard high in this draft, hedges your bets, protects Zach Wilson, helps Zach Wilson on the receiver front. I think this is absolutely huge, especially if you can wind up pairing this with a big-time tight end and an edge rusher in round 2. Some of the other guys they had going off the board after the Jets picks, number 11, Matt Corral, going 11 to the Washington football team. This is something we've seen consistently. The Jets are rumored to be talking about moving out of that 10th pick. So if you can have someone jump up to number 10. Heck, if the Washington football team thinks someone's going to jump up and they want to throw us a third-round pick to flip spots, I'd do it in a heartbeat. No questions asked. Number 12, they have the Vikings taking Derek Stingley Jr., so he's starting to fall down boards, although the corners went pretty late. I think this is actually the first cornerback off the board, believe it or not. At number 16, he had Devin Lloyd, the linebacker from Utah, going to the Eagles at 16. This is huge. This is a guy that the Jets are probably going to be targeting at that 10th pick if they can trade down because of the knowledge they're going to have on him from the Senior Bowl. He is on the Jets roster for the Senior Bowl, so they're going to get an up-close personal look at him. He's 6'3". This guy is elite, absolutely elite. I think it's going to give Salah shades of Warner out in San Francisco, and I think that might be the player they're looking to target in a trade down. So he goes number 16 to the Eagles. The Patriots at number 21 wind up taking Nakobe Dean. That's a linebacker I really like. So if he winds up falling that far, maybe you start thinking trade up. I think 21's still a little too high for me. Chiefs at 32, they're projecting them to win the Super Bowl. They take Sauce Gardner. If Sauce Gardner's there at 32, at 31 if he's there, I'm jumping in front of the Chiefs. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want a cornerback in the first round, but if Gardner goes that far, I think he is the best corner in this draft. And I would 100% give up one of our second-round picks and an additional pick to jump mid-20s to go get this guy. So, guys, let me know what your thoughts are of this mock draft. How would you grade it? A, B, C, or D? This is pretty good for me. It's a little interesting. I don't know how much or how confident I feel in Thibodeau being passed over by us, but all things considered, I would take Ekwonu. I think he's the top offensive lineman, and I really, really like Drake London receiver-wise. So I think we're getting an upgrade across the board. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, go Jets.